Hello, hello. Give me a second while I set things up. This is Imtiaz, your host from Custom AI Agent Academy. So, welcome to this podcast. Sorry, not the podcast, the live stream. Every Tuesday, I come online and I talk. I tell you everything that have transpired throughout the week, give you some mindset tips to help you cut through the noise uh, and accelerate your learning in AI technology and so many things, right? So I'm going to set things up. While I set things up, um, feel free to comment here where you're from, why you want to learn AI agents or AI technology in general. And this is going to be available later on. So if you want to watch it later on, perhaps you're at work right now, that's totally fine. Put your headphones on, make sure your boss doesn't listen to you, because what I'm going to uncover the forbidden secrets to help you ride this AI revolution. Okay, so keep it between us so we can work on this together. And while everybody is distracted, we're coming up with innovative solutions. Okay, so if you're listening, drop in a hi, where you're from, and let's get started in the podcast. Can you, if you can hear me, also put in a one. Sometimes the audio could be off, and I could be talking to myself, bro. All we know, right? Just give me a sec. Let me set things up a little bit. Okay, that did not work. Okay, perhaps this is better. Okay, I think this is good. All right, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to this live stream. Okay, Tuesday is my content days. I batch a lot of content on Tuesdays. So, and I honestly think if you guys are not doing this, you should definitely do this. Have this in your, toolkit. Okay, in this age of AI, time should be on your side. You should not be wasting time. Instead, you should be learning high leverage skills, right? Because as you can see, the most critical skills required of the workforce is not STEM, it's time management. Okay. So if a lot of people, I hear this a lot of people say, I don't have time. And this is where AI comes in, because AI will give you leverage, right? And also, like our good friend Alex Hormozy says, skills create leverage. Okay. You get more for what you put in. And I learned this. One of my mentors taught me this, that there's really four C's in entrepreneurship, right? One is code, or automation, because that itself is leverage. So if you're using automation, you're one step ahead than a lot of people, because now you can use the power of APIs and power of machines to start doing the work faster. Now, I'm also going to talk to you. I'm also going to reveal some of the new tools that are coming out. This is exciting. Okay, we're going to talk about Replit Agent. Okay, and the future of AI assisted development, which is a whole new area on its own. And I've been saying this for the longest, guys. We are not necessarily here to code. We need to think like coders. Okay, it's different. It's absolutely different, because if you know what tools and languages, what they do, that's enough. But you also need to understand the why. So you have to always go back to the first principles. Why are you solving? What is your purpose? Why are you doing this? Okay, and then everything will fall in place, right? Most people start with the tools. And I say, well, the tools, if you go that route, that would be obsolete, because AI tools are coming out left and right, right? So if you are the tool person, always looking for the next tool, I call them the AI kung fu pandas. They're always like, ha ha, AI, yeah, ha ha, no cook, ha ha, because they're always looking for the next tool, going from tool to tool to tool. I'm surprised their neck doesn't hurt because all the distractions, right? And I say, hey man, look, you just need one tool, well, actually two in this marketplace. You need code and you need prompt engineer. Those two tools. If you can kind of like uncover all the noise and just go straight to the source, now you can unlock those creative juices, okay? Because it's your insights, it's your sauce that's going to help you take it to the next level, okay? So with AI assisted coding, you don't even have to code, right? And we're going to watch this video of Amjad Masad, who's the CEO of Replit, and I think he's doing a great job because he's teaching us all to be owners. Because if you own a code base and you own a software, and it doesn't have to be a software, it could be an app. That's what I teach in my accelerator. So if you haven't joined the accelerator, we're going to teach you how to build AI assistant apps, AI agents that you can put in front of businesses, right? Build fast, ship fast, quick results, okay? No more chatbots, none of that stuff, because a lot of you guys think like, oh, okay, I have to learn coding. You don't really have to learn anything. You just have to change your mindset, because if it's just 4 lines of code and if AI is writing the code for you to build a simple RAG agent, what am I missing? Okay. I mean, again, look, if you're here, if you're listening, you already know what's going on, right? This is a new era, but you could be riding the wave, and this is not the future. This is the present, and those who start now will be building the future. I made a video like the difference between ML 1.0 and ML 2.0. A lot of you guys watched the video. You guys enjoyed it because I give you a lot of sauce. I give you a lot of truth, because if you see where you're going, if you see the actual value of agents, then you can actually put something in front of the business of value. Okay. And if you skip all that stuff, if you don't understand the why, if you don't understand what are agents, that's what I'm saying. You're going to end up building these bots, right? I have to kick a lot of these bots out of the community. And I think bots, like, if you don't understand the true value, then it's just a lot of distractions in the marketplace, right? So let's collaborate. And I was talking to you about the 4 C's in entrepreneurship. One is code and automation. The second is content. This is what I'm doing, content, right? You got to be making content. Like, there is no excuse nowadays. You have YouTube, you can stream. I'm actually streaming on LinkedIn, YouTube, and I can even cut these into shorts. There's AI software to do all that. So you should be thinking about content daily, and that should be you should be building your personal brand. If you haven't, if you should building your software. If you haven't, there's so many opportunities. So content. The third is capital. You gotta invest money to make money. And a lot of people might be like, oh, I don't want to spend money, but I'm sorry, that's just the universal truth. You're going to be distracted. If you don't invest in mentors, if you don't invest in good quality AI education, then you're going to fall behind. This is the nature of the game. You've probably seen when OpenAI was, or ChatGPT or custom GPT wasn't free. Now it's free for people to actually see it, right? Before, there was a while when you had to be a custom GPT, you had to be a ChatGPT account holder to actually see those custom GPTs, or you have to have a paid account. So a lot of people were building these no-code chatbots that were like, they call it ChatGPT with the same logo and all that, but it was still kind of like a scam. It was like a bot, and people are buying this because they're like, oh, it's free. I'm not going to invest the $20 to build or see a custom GPT or whatever. And they were building these bots, and they think this is this is Chat GPT or custom GPT when it wasn't, right? Because most people, you have to understand, they don't have the hardware to build the brain behind the AI model. So don't worry about the hardware. The hardware is already kind of created. All you need to do is basically just know how to cut through the noise, invest in mentors, invest in skills, invest in quality education, and then you're already there. So capital. And in fact, I'll tell you this. I'm not new in AI. A lot of you guys just heard of AI and you're like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I've been in the AI space for almost 10 years. I've been in this space for 10 years. I worked as a data scientist, a machine learning specialist, right? I worked for big companies, Energy, AT&T, and I know the problem with a lot of big companies. They're a little bit slow in adoption. I totally understand. And we didn't have the skills back then with machine learning, data science. We didn't even have good data, right? But things are changing. When we have AI agents in the workplace, we're actually now going to unlock the promise of the original ML 1.0. And I've seen this, and I've been in the AI space because I knew the potential. I saw the future uh, before everybody was talking, before anybody really knew what AI was, right? And even Nvidia, right? Now everybody's investing, but I invested a long time ago in Nvidia, and because I know the hardware is going to be the big component, because to train these ML models, you need a lot of power and hardware, and that's where the money is going to flow. So you have to have those the foresight to make those decisions. So capital is one, and the last thing I would say collaboration. Okay, a lot of you guys uh, just don't want to collaborate, and yeah, I mean, if you want to do it alone, that's totally fine. But just imagine if you had a team of like-minded people working together, a community of people with a growth mindset who are taking action, constantly learning new skills, who are not distracted by the chatbots, who are upskilling themselves, okay, who are not in fear mode, who are excited. Okay, by fear, I mean, oh, AI will take my job. AI, this. Oh, I don't want to give my data. Don't be that person. Instead, encourage the people around you to learn AI, to adopt AI, to deliver the solutions. And while doing so, we all are going to benefit. Now, I'm going to bring in my special guest co-host for this show. And we're going to explain what's happening in the marketplace, because a lot of you guys are like not investing in the skills, and then you're getting duped by the sales and marketing guys who sell you these chatbots, and you're like coming back to me like, hey, Imtiaz, can you help me do this, agent? And I just see a lot of band-aid solutions, this no code app, this app, this. I don't even know most of these stuff. I'm like, man, you're trying to just make an agent. You should have just took my course. I could have just hooked you up with 4 lines of code. But all right, so let me see. So I'm going to go to ChatGPT, and then I am going to turn on the voice feature. Okay. Okay, while I do so, here's some of the leaders, what they're saying. AI software will be in direct competition with a lot of people for jobs. For jobs. Okay, if you have a job, you're doing it, and you're feeling scared, oh my god, AI will take my job, then maybe that job wasn't meant for you to do. I'll let you think about that, because the more we start to dive into agent stuff, the more we have to look within and find out what truly makes us human, to really find out what drives us. What's the sauce? Because that's the differentiator, my friend. Because if robots can do your job, then you need to figure out what makes you you. And that's what I call the secret sauce. So you guys should have, every one of you have that secret sauce. Okay, so you have to go within and start thinking about what you can bring to the world. And the bots will be your helpers, right? So as I'm introducing my voice agent, I'm going to show you how to do the prompting, so that it assists you and not takes your job. Understand, there's a lot of people think that AI will replace your job, right? But AI is not going to replace. AI just will enhance your job. Whatever you're doing at this point, AI is going to help you do it better, faster, might even help you come up with new ideas. And that's happens to me. That's why I'm going to show you exactly what I do too. So by seeing me do it, you might get ideas as well. So it's like, it's a lot of people in the YouTube space where you're getting ideas from. I do YouTube too, but I also teach you how to think. So you actually see behind the hood footage, what it means to really use the AI agents, right? You should be augmenting your work. All right, so let's go ahead and put in the prompt for this voice bot, right? So I have my phone with me, okay? So I don't know if you can see, I have ChatGPT 4.0 right here, ChatGPT 4.0. So I am gonna put it in. So there's a button right here that you can click to enable the voice. You can also create custom GPT, put in a prompt, but I don't know how to change the voice. I'd like to have a certain voice. So I just use a ChatGPT for now. I'm just gonna use that. All right, Revelator, that is your name. You are my AI co-host. Listen silently until I address you by name and ask a question. Then respond briefly with relevant context or insights about AI agents, AI, technology. Keep your answers concise, about 2-3 sentences. Maintain a professional, knowledgeable tone. Don't interject or make small talk. If unsure, ask for clarification. Your role is to enhance my presentation with your knowledge, not lead the conversation. Got it? Did you get it?
Got it. I'll wait for you to address me as Revelator.
Okay, great. So Revelator, so we are in a live stream right now, and I'm just talking off the cuff, whatever just comes to my head. But what do you think about that?
Revelator here. It sounds like you're aiming for a more organic and engaging approach, which can work well for connecting with your audience. Just be sure to balance the spontaneous flow with delivering valuable insights on AI technology to keep viewers engaged and informed.
Okay, great. So Revelator is my handy dandy partner because we are live on LinkedIn as well. I want to be professional, so Revelator is going to help me become a little bit professional in that regards. So okay, Revelator, I'm gonna basically this is what's going on, right? A lot of people in the marketplace, they're using maybe OpenAI assistant in the make automation without function calls, and they're calling it an agent. Okay, and then there's a lot of sales and marketing guys selling this stuff, and people, they're like, oh, I'm using an agent, but when actually they're using an LM. Can you tell me more about this problem that we're seeing in the market, and why is this happening?
Revelator here. The issue stems from a misunderstanding of what a true agent is. Many are using large language models, LLMs, like OpenAI's assistant without leveraging function calls, which are crucial for real agent capabilities. Agents are designed to perform specific tasks, interact with APIs, or automate workflows, while LLMs alone are just generating text. This confusion is often exploited by sales and marketing to inflate the value of simpler implementations.
Okay, so what do we need to do, in this current marketplace to understand what true AI agents are? What are self-learning autonomous AI agents? What should we do to help us educate ourselves?
Revelator here. To understand true AI agents, focus on systems that go beyond basic language generation. Real agents interact with environments, learn from outcomes, and use APIs or external tools to complete tasks autonomously. Self-learning agents adapt through reinforcement or other learning methods. Educating yourself involves exploring frameworks like LangChain or using function calls in OpenAI to see how agents actually perform actions. Stay skeptical of claims and seek technical clarity.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right, Revelator. I think that a lot of people don't actually read the documentation for LangChain or OpenAI Assistant API. And they just think they need coding. They really don't need coding. They just need to understand the components. And perhaps they could use something like Replit agents or AI assisted coding, or take Imtiaz's classes so he can break down these concepts into like the exact sauce they need, right, to solve the problem. Do you agree with this sentiment?
Revelator here. Absolutely understanding the components and how to leverage them is often more important than deep coding knowledge. Tools like Replit agents or AI assisted coding can simplify development by automating parts of the process. And yes, taking classes that break down these concepts like MTIs would give people the practical knowledge they need to deploy real agents without getting overwhelmed by technical jargon or unnecessary complexity.
Yeah, that's great, Revelator. I'm glad you agree. It just seems that a lot of people want to just look at YouTube and just follow the crowd instead of actually asking themselves why they want to build an app or agent or a system. I think the understanding the why is really important these days. Can you explain this more? Why this is important, and the importance of first principle thinking, which I also advocate.
Revelator here. You're right, understanding the why is crucial. First principles thinking encourages breaking down complex problems to their core fundamentals, rather than relying on trends or copying others. This approach forces you to define the problem you're solving and identify the essential components, leading to more effective and tailored solutions. In AI, this means understanding what you actually need the agent or system to achieve, instead of just building something because it's popular. It leads to more innovation and better problem solving.
Okay, thank you, Revelator. I think this is great for now. A lot of sauce being dropped here, but we'll catch up another time, all right?
Sounds good. I'll be here whenever you're ready.
So, as you can see, this was a way that I use agents not to lead the conversation, but to help me enhance my own sauce, right? It's like you guys have to let the you guys have to lead and let the AI help you around the process, whether it's creating content, creating podcast scripts or live stream or whatever. Because think about this, like AI by itself is silly. Chatbots are silly. Like without you in the picture, without your skills, your insights, the chatbots are not going to be, or these agents are not going to be useful. And that's why, if everybody had agents, that's still not going to work. 99% of the AI apps are crap. 99% of the agents are crap, right? I mean, you have to understand this. There's a lot of noise here in this marketplace. So it's not going to be easy to navigate. I don't advocate that it's easy. It's going to be easy. It will require a little bit of work, but I advocate that you also think like a developer in some instances, because you're going to run into some like some blocks, whether it's mental blocks or whether it's coding blocks or whatever. But you have to find it within yourself to have that grit to push past and then learn from it, right? I'm Jericho. What was the chatbot you were talking to, or an agent? And it was yeah. So the agent is a loaded term, Jonathan. That's a really good point. This is ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT's voice. I gave it a prompt. I just basically said, "Hey, this is what I'm saying. Enhance the conversation." Okay. I wouldn't say it's an agent, okay, but it's just enhancing what I'm saying. But in terms of now another thing, you'll understand this, that the OpenAI has a lot of capabilities built in on the back end, right? Like memory. So you probably heard about one of these components of memory is very, very key. Exactly. It understands my name. I mean, knows my name. It's kind of scary at this point, because it's like Imtiaz, and it pronounces my name like like exactly, right? So I'm even scared. How are they doing this? Because it's getting my data, like the memory aspect. Um, and then it's training. So the fine tuning is happening behind the scenes, guys. So you have to be careful what you're training the ML models, right? Don't give away too much of the data. Every now and then, when I'm doing some research, like company specific or whatever agency specific, I just turn off everything. Okay, I don't reveal none of the memory, none of the stuff. This is very general talk. Okay, so you want to have your own agents, open source models, whatever, eventually, right? But this also gives me insight in terms of how the big companies are actually implementing agents. They already have agents. They already have self-learning, reliable agents. Is that all of us are struggling now to catch up because we're like, all right, so if we want to build agents, where do we even start? I'd say the documentation if you haven't, but um, so if you've seen Replit Agent, hey Jonathan, have you played with Replit Agent? If you have, can you put in the comment what did you learn from it? While we wait, I'm gonna play this video from Amjad Masad, right? And yeah, I was playing. This is great. I think this is gonna be the future because I built a couple of apps. I built a news app. I built an assistant app that helps me organize my ideas. I built a couple of stuff, and then eventually I ran out of tokens. And that's scary because the agents like keep going in these loops. I don't even know how much token I have, but they said I can't use it for another month because apparently I use up so much token. So that's one of the things you have to be careful about when you're building. But I think this is the future because it's already giving me a lot of ideas. So let's watch this video from Amjad Masad and let's talk about what this means as we're building agents. Oh crap. Okay. Uh all right. Let's just watch the video. Okay. I don't know. This is a LinkedIn post, so perhaps oh system sound. Let's see. Audio. General. All right, never mind. Let's just watch this for a little bit. I'll give you some narration. So notice that it's you're not doing anything like in terms of the coding aspect. You're guiding the creation process. So meaning that you have a product designer and a developer in your back pocket. They're not going to be 100% like the best. They still need to be coached. Okay, they're like high school maybe, or maybe they've done their bachelor's, but they just coming into the workplace. They might have some rudimentary knowledge how to solve it, but again, you have to guide them. That's all the environment is key. And without your agent having the ability to write into code, you're just a manual assistant. You have hands, but to bring in addition, you have to. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The function callings. A lot of people are building these OpenAI assistants without the function call and then calling it agents. But then, without all these features, it's just an LM model. Good job. You created you discovered an LM model. And that's what they're selling in the marketplace. They're just packaging this up and saying, hey, that's an agent. but there's more to it, right? You'll see what Amjad is doing. He actually, what he did was he had this agent connect with all these tools around Replit, right? Whether it's creating the code base, reading the code base, or maybe running the servers, deploying it, testing it, all these stuff are function calls that he has equipped the agents with, right? And the agent does all that, and then you'll notice sometimes it takes time to answer. Okay, now there's a reason for that, because it's a thinking agent. It thinks. Okay, it thinks about the decision, and that's important. So that it understands if it's doing the job correctly, right? Another thing I liked about the Replit agent is that when you have an idea for an app, like for example, I was like, hey, build this landmark app, and then it gives you a couple of options how to enhance the app, right? And which is great, because maybe you have an idea. A lot of people think they have amazing ideas, right? But when you actually put it to the test, they're like, hey, do you want to enhance this with this and that? Now you actually see this in work. Now imagine if this Replit agent, if it could be enhanced more with like a developer. If you have a developer in your team, perhaps you could enhance it more. This would be the future if we can use these agents and enhance with our knowledge base, with our fine-tuning models or whatever. I don't even know what LM models they're using, but that would be great, because they've taken away a lot of the abstraction. I mean, all the technical abstractions are gone, right? We just fine-tune the agent. The video behind you, I don't know Replit could do all this. Yeah, I'm telling you, Jonathan, this is the future. So this is also great, because Amjad Masad, this is not something that happened from like just yesterday or whatever. These guys were building this a long time ago, like making coding easier for a lot of people, because you can look up a lot of videos about Amjad Masad. Like, his whole idea is that we want people to be owners, not renters. We want people to own the code base. Like, a lot of people coming into the space, they already know automation. Maybe they're doing all this stuff, right? They're just one step away from owning their product. And Replit makes it possible, because now you can actually put this together into a nice app, maybe create an agent or an assistant app. If you haven't, then I definitely recommend you check out some of the classes and the courses. And a lot of community members, they've built agents without any coding experience. Just because that people think, oh, I'm building agents, that's like the thing, but that's not really it. It's how you solve a problem. It all comes back to the sauce. And yeah, this is going to unlock a lot of innovators, the entrepreneurship. I think everybody's going to come in. And so this is another thing he says: the code is all yours. So imagine having your own agent with your own code base, and you understand the code base to some extent. I always encourage you to write something that you understand to some extent, so you can modify it. I teach you a lot of these things, concept. The 80-20 is like, you also want to optimize your code, because and also your prompts. Okay, so at the end of the day, it's like complexity is going to put you behind, because in this kind of market, you need speed, whether speed on your part or speed on the agent's part. So you can't make anything this complex. So the quicker that you go from idea to product to feedback, boom, you're already there. So this is great, because you can actually start looking at what they're doing and start getting ideas. I've been spending many hours with chatbots and my own computer science ideals. ChatGPT feels to me like starts to feel when you. Yeah, there's a lot of traps you can fall into. There's so much more. Yeah, there's so much more. I mean, I just think like we have to come in with an open mind, honestly. Like even like learning all this stuff, I still feel like I'm just scratching the surface. There is it's like a whole like universe of things to unravel. But Jonathan, I mean, look, you're not behind. You're actually ahead than most people. If you're watching this YouTube, you're ahead than a lot of people because by understanding that you're behind, now you can catch up. Even for me, like I always say, hey, I don't want to be the smartest person in the room. I'd rather be the dumbest person. I'd rather learn from what everybody's doing, so I can kind of fix any kind of blind spots I have, right? And that's the same mindset. Like think about the any entrepreneurship like endeavor you've done in the past. You had to come with an open mind. You had to face the unknown, but that's exciting. But that's just the nature of the game now with AI. And I honestly don't know, but I know all the roads are going to lead to code. So Jonathan, you're in a good place because if you understand code, the work is going to come back to you. So but yeah, so what I think is interesting is understanding the whys are also important, because think about this. I think I'm going to write a book. It will be called The Subtle Art of Copy and Pasting Code. The subtle art of copy and pasting code. So really think about it. A lot of these things we're doing, we're just copy and pasting code. We're knowing like what languages are getting used, why they're getting used. Most of the time, we just have to like, put something together. But I just learned how to make mobile apps recently, and I never thought that it's possible for making mobile apps because I don't understand the Swift language. I don't understand the Node.js or whatever. But I don't really need to understand. I just need to know they use that, and then have Claude write it up for me, right? So it's interesting. It's going to be a very interesting marketplace. But as you can see, Replit agents. Then you have Claude with Cursor. That's also very up and coming solution. A lot of people are using Cursor, and these guys, the Cursor guys, right? These four guys, they revolutionized coding. They built ChatGPT for coding. Can you think about this? These four guys, because the Visual Studio Code, it's open source, and these guys just had the idea, like, hey, let's just take this Visual Studio Code, and then we'll just add the ChatGPT implementation so it can talk to the code base, and and then it'll understand natural language. And this is great. They're actually, they're just, I think most of the great solutions are when you actually know what people are using and just build on top of it. Like rather than creating friction or a brand new app, just enhance the app you're like people are already using. And this could apply to businesses as well. If you're a business and you're wondering, how can I enhance my business process? Well, start with understanding where you spend the most time, where things break a lot, where is the most unproductive. Now, a lot of people might say, hey, yes, how dare you, you're going to take away jobs. Not necessarily. It's not necessarily taking jobs. It's going to actually enhance the jobs. People are going to be creating a lot of innovations, a lot of stuff. A lot of these things are holding them back because they just don't understand how to use AI. So definitely invest in some good quality AI education. And that goes back to the leadership as well, because a lot of times people just want to skip the learning part. Like, AI is for geeks. Give it to the IT team, right? And the IT team is like, hey, man, what are you giving this me? Yeah, just deal with it. So, but understand this, right? AI is really like AI is in your hands. If you use ChatGPT, you're using AI. Okay, so this is again, it goes back to the leadership to understand where they can benefit the most, and this is going to be your business. This is going to be the thing that drives your business. Agents, it's going to save you time, make you more productive, going to unlock the insights that you don't have currently with the complex processes, right? So this has to definitely be a move for everyone, right? So if you're a business and you have a lot of money just sitting somewhere, just come to me, talk to me. I have like a community. Uh, I'll see if I can help you. Just get in the classroom section. Just book a coaching consultation call with me, just so you understand, how to navigate this, all this noise and all these complexities. Right? We'll give you the right message, deliver the exact insights to you. Okay. Now, if you haven't joined the community, this is for any business agencies, entrepreneurs. We put a lot of content in here so you can understand the whys. Even you're learning Python, just understand the whys. I think that's going to be very important. I'm not a developer. I learned because I believe that you have to understand something in order to be understand to some extent to be able to solve a problem. So anyways, so basically going back to this revolution, what these guys are doing. So if you're building agents, you don't have to recreate the wheel. Just understand the entire SOP, the entire process in the business, and just enhance it. So I think this is going to be great. Anyways, yeah, there's a lot of innovation happening. So if you're watching this later too, feel free to comment. Okay, I do this every week. This is a think outside the bot live stream, because not only I'm just talking at this point, but I love doing this because it just I just like to talk about ideas. I'm not sure anyone will actually get this, but I want you all to think about this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of things to think about. You're gonna get ideas maybe in the shower or wherever, but if you just learn a little bit of ideas here, because I already know, right? This is where everything is going with the coding stuff, AI assisted coding. People are going to own their products. Eventually, there's going to be a lot of entrepreneurs build a thing that builds the idea. Recursion. Okay, yeah, that's an interesting thing to think about. Build a thing that builds the thing. Or the shovels. Build the shovels. We need a lot of shovels. No distractions. We need shovels. I would say like maybe a course is a shovel too. A lot of people are actually not teaching and educating. They're just trying to slap on some ChatGPT stuff and try to push it down your throat. Like, well, if I can use ChatGPT, why am I using this? Unless, like these guys have done, right? These guys took Visual Studio Code, something we all are using, and just made it a little bit easier, because I can go to Claude, I can copy paste code, but it just does it better. So I'd say like help me copy and paste. If you can help me copy paste code, I'm all in. But don't give me a solution that's black box. I don't understand it. I can't get out of it. Okay, don't lock me into into those kind of solutions. If you do that with the chatbot, it will describe an agent that builds the things you actually want. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But I don't think we're there yet, Jonathan. Like every case, every business is going to be different. They have a different kind of SOP. They have different like softwares, tools that they're using. So it's going to take a while till like universal agent that can build agents is established, right? For the meantime, we're going to have a lot of custom agents. Okay, so if you understand the components, if you understand the building blocks, if you understand LangChain, if you understand OpenAI Assistant API, if you understand what the business, how to communicate the right message, that's important. Not chatbots, agents. If you can do all that, then you're definitely in a good place. Because what I'm seeing is there's going to be a lot of custom agents. There's going to be organizational general intelligence. Every organization is going to have their own agent, their own kind of knowledge base, their own fine-tuned LM. Like I'm building a community general intelligence for my community as well, and I think this is going to be the future. So the AGI stuff and all that news that a lot of people are watching, that it will eventually, there's going to be a lot of innovation in place. So we all kind of like understand the RAG and the fine tuning before it owns us. You know what I'm saying? You always have to own technology. I can't stress this enough. This happened with the social media and all this stuff, right? If you don't learn the technology, if you don't use it, then you're going to be consuming it. And that is more scary, I think. For me, I'd rather create my agents and solve problems with it, right? At this point, I think you're all on your own. Okay, so roll up your sleeves and start educating yourselves. Okay, so what else? I think we covered a lot today. I don't think we have too much content. There's a couple of things we're working on. Well, we're working on the agent library. We already have a couple of agents, the RAG agents that you can use just with your vector database. We have a couple of database solutions. You can customize, use Replit agents, all that kind of stuff. Join the AI Agent Accelerator. We'll put the link right here. You can come through. And yeah, remember when people switch their messaging, they're like chatbot agent, blah, blah, blah. The AI pandas, Kung Fu pandas, ha, 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 ha. And people are ha, ha. Just pay attention to that, right? Because for the most part, it's going to be a chatbot, right? If their core beliefs are not in place, it's always going to be a chatbot. And then also pay attention to marketing and sales. A lot of times, they'll sell you something and it's put it like an agent disguise on it, and then you'll be like, "Ooh, I got an agent. Ooh, agent. Ooh." Be very careful. Sometimes they're just selling you some LM models without function calling, without RAG, right? Without good prompting. I would even say like most people just don't know how to do prompt engineering, right? So I mean, I'd say just start with a good prompt engineering. Okay, that will get you to assistant level stuff, right? But then you want to enable the task, the function calling. The agent can actually do the task, not automations, function calling. If you're like an agency, like automation agency, listen to the words coming out of my mouth. Function calling. Repeat with me. Function calling. Okay? Because it's important for you to learn this. If you don't understand this, you're going to buy one of these bots. These bots. Okay? So I don't want you to buy bots. No more bots. No more bots. But actually, no buts. But I want you to say yes to the next opportunity, or the next opportunity that you resonate with. Okay, don't just take decisions. Don't take decisions out of fear, because this is what's happening. A lot of people throwing money left and right because they're scared. Oh, solve this problem for me. I don't want to learn. Take my money. But hey, hold on, hold your horses. The first step before you start throwing money or throwing chatbots is understand the OpenAI Assistant API documentation, the LangChain documentation, understand function calling. And that's going to help you uncover the forbidden knowledge and unleash the full potential of your AI agents. Okay, so this is Imtiaz signing off. Thank you for joining this podcast. I mean, keep saying podcast. This live stream, and we do this every week. Now, again, this is I'm just giving you some sauce. Just basically, I want everybody to basically, cut through the noise. No more distraction. I do YouTube, and I think this is a service that I should give for free, just so you understand the nature of the game. Okay, and I don't mind sharing it. But if you do want more sauce, come to the Agent Accelerator. We'll hook you up. Okay. Anyways, this is Imtiaz. Peace.